One driver, one license has long been a goal for the ANVA community. Now the states have come together to make that goal a reality. The state-to-state verification service allows states to electronically check with all other participating states if an applicant currently holds a driver's license or identification card in another state. In August 2015, Wisconsin became the first state to implement the state-to-state service. Since then, many more states have also joined, and more states are scheduled to join moving forward.
Well, state-to-state is a system that enhances the ability for us to transfer credentials between the jurisdictions. Ultimately, it's about road safety, it's about protecting our customers, and state-to-state offers us the opportunity to do that instantaneously.
Customers have multiple products, a driver license in Wisconsin, an ID card in Illinois, and are able to maintain identities in both states. Adoption of state-to-state and cleaning up those records will allow one credential, one identity for that customer.
The driver's license has become much more than proof of driving ability. It is the primary form of identification used to board planes, receive government benefits, and interact with businesses. Protecting the integrity of the driver's license is vital to securing identities.
The security of our driver's license and ID card is really so critical. It started as a document that proved with a driver's license that you could drive, but it's become so much more about identity. And we know it's so important to our customers, the integrity of that product. So whatever we can do from a process standpoint, state to state is clearly one important component of that to make sure it's secure as possible.
We are the stewards of identity more so than any other entity. A driver's license, state issued, an ID is the prominent piece of ID that everybody uses to pick up kids at daycare, to buy alcohol, et cetera, et cetera. Since it is so important to make sure that the person we're issuing an identity really belongs to them, it's just critical in every day with what we do.
Determining whether an applicant for a driver's license or ID card is licensed in another state is an important part of securing identities. This is exactly what state-to-state provides to participating jurisdictions. The service can determine which currently licensed drivers also hold licenses in other participating states.
So each time a customer comes to Maryland new from out of state, we will check through state to state if that state is participating to see if that individual truly is licensed. So if we do find that an individual is licensed in another jurisdiction, then we notify them if they haven't already told us of that fact, and they're given an opportunity to either give up that credential in that jurisdiction and we'll pull that record to Maryland, or they can stop the process at that point. Maybe they realize they have to take care of something with that jurisdiction. And so it's a great way to ensure the integrity of the process, and we know that we have one driver, one license, one identity.
A customer had provided law enforcement with a CDL that was issued out of Indiana, and Wisconsin had issued more recently an ID card for this customer. When the customer applied for the ID card, we pulled the state-to-state pointer, resulting in the cancellation of that driver's commercial driver license in Indiana. So after talking with law enforcement and with FMCSA, it was determined that the customer did not have his operating privilege, and without state-to-state, that wouldn't have been possible. He would have had a commercial driver license in Indiana and an ID card in Wisconsin.
In addition to protecting DLID integrity, state-to-state also allows states to eliminate manual processing of out-of-state licenses, as well as in-state benefit fraud.
Because of the instantaneous transfer, we're able to quickly let the other jurisdiction know electronically that we've got that driver. So the transfer takes place seamlessly without all the stacks of paperwork and waiting on mail and interruptions that can occur because of the manual processes.
State-to-state is built to handle different rules surrounding the issuance of driver's licenses in each state and is customizable. The service works with ANVA's existing SIDLIS infrastructure.
SIDLIS is really the foundation for state-to-state, and SIDLIS is encompassed inside of state-to-state. So because of our experience with SIDLIS, it made implementing state-to-state much easier, and it was easy to understand the direction we were headed with state-to-state.
State-to-state is essentially SIDLIS 6.0. It was built on top of the SIDLIS infrastructure. The screens that we developed in Wisconsin are identical. It's seamless to our processors. They look at it and didn't see any change any major change from SIDless to state, resulting in no increase in our transaction times, shorter training times. We had, for our front counter processors, training for state to state was about 20 minutes. So the state to state having been built on top of SIDless made implementation for us very easy.
Another feature of state-to-state is the ability to transmit out-of-state convictions back to the state of licensure for non-CDL drivers, the same way SIDless has done for CDL drivers for years. We refer to this as the driver history record functionality. DHR supports the electronic exchange of out-of-state convictions and withdrawals, provides visibility of individuals that may have more than one driver history record, and sets rules for maintaining driver history in a standardized manner for all non-SIDless drivers. This leads to a decrease in processing time and an increase in DHR accuracy and completeness.
What DHR is at its core is the ability to send convictions and withdrawals out-of-state drivers on non-CDL persons to the state of record. We've built on what SIDless does today already and expanded that functionality to non-CDL drivers. In addition, what the system does is to check if a person could potentially have more than one driver record and raises a flag if it does so between non-CDL persons. The big benefit is road safety. The person now has only one driver history record, and that driver history record follows you around wherever you go between states, so that when you get to a new state, the new state can see your full driver history and be able to administer your driving correctly with full knowledge of how good a driver you are or may not be.
So with state to state, we were able to fulfill all of our responsibilities for Real ID. The addition of driver history record allows us to have those real-time updates on one's history as they're going from one state to another, so it brings increased integrity to our products, and we're really excited about the highway safety value it will bring.
To be able to do it electronically and real-time exchange those driving record violations has huge benefits from an efficiency standpoint, but also from a highway safety standpoint, making sure we're not missing anything. With a manual process, we all know, in addition to it not being efficient, that sometimes things can get lost in that manual exchange. So we're really excited about the highway safety benefits as we all try to get zero fatalities.
But state-to-state and its DHR function are only as strong as the number of jurisdictions participating in the service.
The more jurisdictions join, the better the service is going to be. Clearly, one driver, one license is a theme that we've wanted for a long time as motor vehicle jurisdictions. The highway safety benefit, too, will only truly be realized when all jurisdictions are participating.
By getting more states involved, it creates a more effective system, which ultimately means safer roads, safer identities, safer people.